Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time for a review of the new NxWorries album. Yes, Lord! NxWorries is a collaborative duo featuring singer and songwriter Anderson .Paak and producer knxWledge, who had a pretty decent EP come out late last year, like just on the border of 2016, which was a pretty cool blend of hip-hop and soul, although there weren't that many tracks on this thing, and they felt kind of rough and loose in structure, so they didn't really add up to too much for me, other than just like a very sweet, pleasant vibe. But now that the whole record is out, I think the collaboration has proven itself to be pretty fruitful.
What about us, Anthony? Is our collaboration fruity and full?
First, let me start by saying that Stones Throw Records, perfect label for this album. Not only because of knxWledge's very jazzy, textured production. I know he's dropped music on the label before, but the thing is that sound, it really is within the wheelhouse of this label. You can tell that his music directly descends from artists like Madlib and J Dilla, almost to a fault though, because his last record, in my opinion, really wore its influences on its sleeve. But teaming up with Anderson .Paak on this thing, they really create a vibe, a sound all their own. Now Anderson .Paak, I really liked his last album. I wasn't crazy for it, wasn't head over heels for it. I thought it was a little overly long, and his versatility almost worked against him to the point where he was doing so many things on this record he just couldn't focus or concentrate on one single idea for too long. Yes, Loud, however, comes off way more focused and cohesive and sexy. God, is it sexy and raunchy and melodic and hypnotic. Although a lot of the tracks on this thing, they follow a pretty loose structure. They almost feel like extended odds and ends in a way, or just short musical moments that have been looped and stretched out to the point where they feel like full songs or maybe half songs, which is why as an EP, these tracks didn't really make too much sense to me, but as an album, even though a lot of the tracks on this thing don't really have strong endings or all that much structure to them, they do still reinforce one another's vibe pretty well. The sensuality adds up, the charisma adds up, the swagger adds up. In a way, this thing is like Neo Soul's answer to Mad Villainy. There are loads of weird, obscure vocal snippets throughout this thing which are used to set the tone of a track or enhance the narrative or even just be funny, like on the intro cut on this thing or on the closer, Fuck You, which involves a weird, long story which at one point features flammable piss. For real, flammable piss. A lot of the beats on this thing are pretty simple. It's a lot of repetitive, jazzy, soulful loops. Not a whole lot of change-ups, but I guess this does leave space, very open space for Anderson .Paak to deliver these incredible vocal performances. Whether it be some very funny or just entertaining spoken word, some silky vocal harmonies, and of course that fiery, raspy, passionate lead vocal that you probably already know by now, given his past features, given his past records. And there are lots of highlights in the track list. The songs SUEDE and Link Up, even though these tracks precede the release of this album, they fit snugly within the track list and they still sound great. The song Wings is this low-key, alluring ballad where Anderson hangs in his lower register quite a bit. And while the music is sweet, the lyrics are pretty salty, pretty bitter. One moment where he's like demanding that this girl get her shit together. Another moment on this record where he is singing about how this girl, she's a nasty girl, and if he didn't tell her, someone else would have. Let's just say the lyrics on this thing feel like they come from an era of soul where James Brown's It's a Man's World was popular, but way nastier and meaner and actually sexier too. So much though that it almost doesn't feel right listening to this thing and just not having sex while it's on. Especially when songs like Best One are on, which is specifically about a relationship where these two are loving and they're fucking, like what they have together is just going to completely dissolve into thin air tomorrow. I love the smooth 80s R&B groove of the song Scared Money. The hypnotic groove and hook on Just Like This is a fantastic highlight too. The intro on the song Get Bigger is amazing as well. Listen, there are a lot of moments on this album that I think are really good, but at the end of the day, they're kind of just moments. Nothing really feels as developed as it could be, as finely tuned as it could be. These highlight tracks kind of stand shoulder to shoulder with filler cuts in the track listing too that really don't feel that much different in terms of the way they're structured. The only way I'm able to really decipher that they're filler cuts is that Anderson delivers a less interesting vocal performance on the record, or the song is mostly dominated by a vocal snippet or a sample of some sort, like on Cutlass or Khadija or Can't Stop. The writing on this thing is just kind of basic, but I will say that doesn't necessarily ruin the entire album, because Knxwledge and Anderson have so much raw talent together in this collaboration that they can fuel an album just on this idea of capturing lightning in a bottle. Even though in a lot of ways this album feels like a free-flowing collaboration with no limitations, they came through with more highlights than lowlights. I just wish the two of them had incorporated a bit more structure into these tracks and cut the track list down to the best songs instead of giving us just 19 dolled up drafts. Feeling a light to decent 7 on this record. Transition. What did you think of this NxWorries album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like, please subscribe, and please don't cry, but feel free to leave a comment. Lots of stuff next to my head, videos, subscribe, website, click on it. Hope you're well. Stay hydrated, bye.